Your graduates! Oh, hi. Hi, I'm Stefan. I'm Stefan Brogren, and this is...
Chelsea Clark, Jamie Bloch.
Parham Rownaghi.
I guess you guys have probably finished season 4 now. Different vibe, right? It's a totally different vibe than the last one. The stories are still important, but there's a lot of light ones. I mean, we have our boys lighting their farts on fire.
Yeah. I'm so glad I was not a part of that.
I swear to God, it's the best thing ever. It's like, it's a little verging on science fiction because those kids, I don't know what they're eating. It's pretty awful.
I'm just really happy Yael decided to take a back seat with that one.
Like I say, I love Yael's look. Do you like it? It was nice to get rid of the wig.
It was a big change. I'm not gonna lie. It was definitely not something that I saw coming, and the way in which they revealed it was crazy because it's not anything that I thought that would be the reason why she wore it.
They told you prior, right? Like Linda, Steven, who told you? I
went with I think it was Amanda. We stopped by the writer's room just to say hi and see if we could.
And see if you can find a way to
see what was going on. And I think Amanda had to go to set, and Sarah Galinsky asked me to stay back. And she was like, Jamie, it's actually a good thing that you're here. I wanted to run a storyline by you just to kind of give you an idea of where we're going with your character. So she said to me, okay, I think we're gonna make Yael gender fluid. How do you feel about that? And I was like, I didn't know what to say.
Did it give you, was it exciting or was it like, I'm still
terrified?
It was
very overwhelming. It was very exciting. It was very scary because, you know, I had no idea, I knew what it was, but I had no idea what it meant to identify as that and to personally want that for yourself. You know what I mean?
How did you go about that?
It was a lot of research. Like, it was a lot of looking online, and as an actor, there's a level of connection you obviously have to have with the character. So for me, it was about not being confused with my gender identity. It was just trying to find out who I was and not being comfortable in my own skin. And I think I can speak for 95% of girls and people in general to say I've always had those moments where I don't quite know who I am and I'm not comfortable with my body. And I just had to draw on that experience and put it in that context.
Oh my gosh, did I do it wrong? I'm so sorry.
No. You did it exactly right.
It was also a big debate we were having because obviously Hunter has a very hard time with it and is struggling with it, and you see them break up and you see him kind of not be very sensitive about it, but at the same time we were talking about it and I was saying, you know what, like, people might hate on him for that, but I 100% understand where he's coming from.
And we have that moment where like, we talk about like...
We had that discussion.
Yeah, we had this in the green room.
And I was like, it makes complete sense because Yael is so different than what Hunter got used to, and Hunter fell for it.
So what do you say?
I'm confused. I mean, I want you to be happy, but this is too much for me right now.
It's a big change.
It's a super change, yeah.
And, you know, I really appreciated the writers for not making him 100% okay with it because it's a real situation that I feel like real reaction people would have if their partner were to come out. And I thought that was pretty cool. It was a big challenge to take on, especially, you know, transforming physically into that character. But once we kind of found our footing with it, I was really grateful that I got to experience such a cool role.
Speaking of cool, let's talk about Parham. Parham, congratulations! You did a great job for the season. It's like really exciting. Like, honestly, and this was a very fine line because you had to deliver a performance of a guy. Who is definitely heavy. We need to see a young man who is struggling. Like, so how do you do that?
Oh man, it was sort of like, I mean, originally the first problems I kind of had was just sort of like trying to grasp the whole idea of a Syrian refugee, right? Because I mean, of course, like the whole Syrian refugee crisis, it's relevant right now, so it's nice that we're going with that it's direction.
You're really in the moment.
Exactly, yeah. So like, of course, that's like a relevant topic to bring up and address on the show. But then at the same time, he's dealing with discrimination. He's dealing with all these stuff that other Muslims have dealt with before, and not just Muslims, like all minorities. Right?
And what I love about his character is that we hear all the great stories about how people are being like immigrating to like Germany or like coming to Canada and things like that, but they never tell you what happens after.
Right.
And it's like, oh yeah, like they're in a better place, and it's like, but they're still
How's it
not
affecting
getting
them?
their happy ending because they're
Yeah.
still having to go through
Because on
all
top
of
of
the
all that,
stereotypes.
he has to just deal with being a regular teenager.
My village was bombed too. My house, our farm, my school, gone. My friends, gone. It happens all over the world. I can't wear one shirt and not the other.
I had no idea.
Because it happened in Syria.
With that storyline, obviously, Saad, he's disappointed by the fact that Belgium, who has just been under attack, is getting all this attention. And of course, Syria is getting no coverage on what's going on there. So he believes, why are his people being put below, obviously, individuals in Europe or other first world countries?
I'm hoping I get it as a 17-year-old. Why you're so upset?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Because-
makes complete sense.
Yeah, but
It
it's
was very
also
important to tell it from that perspective instead of having him just go along with it.
And
But it's
I
also
love-
if Mr. Simpson heard that him screaming in the hallways,
Yeah.
he's gonna go, dude, you gotta
Yeah.
stop. It's
But
like
I loved how that was included because people are scared
Yeah.
of different things, and because you started speaking in a different language, people are already starting to freak out because there's been such a negative connotation with that.
Yeah.
And they don't understand that what you're saying is because of fear and anxiety and like distress, and it has nothing to do with you hating the people who you're with now.
Exactly. The rally scene, yeah, that was the one thing that like I liked about Saad was that he was standing up for his character, like standing up for what he believed in. And of course,
but he also knows by doing
know,
that, they're gonna,
he's just gonna be more misunderstood.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's obvious. But
he also has a girlfriend now.
you know,
That was so cute.
Do we like them together?
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
I do too. That's a couple that's gonna be interesting if they can,
It's going to be really interesting.
because she's strong
Yeah.
and he's wounded.
Yeah.
We've seen the human side of Saad now also though because of this chick. You know, we've seen him become but
yeah.
So basically, I'm a match made in heaven.
yeah, well, this is the thing. You've like because of you actually, we've seen moments where he's like, oh my, it's not about anger. It's about these people are insane. I'm in detention. Because she took off her clothes. I think Chelsea, that was some of the best. Like Mrs. Robinson. Like honestly, it's super brave to do that.
It was embarrassing because I'm not that kind of person that would be comfortable
Right.
with like doing that on the daily.
Right.
But given who Esme is and her path throughout that season, I understood what was going on, and I felt that really added to who she was.
You own it. You
So-
own it. It's like the thing. It's like she right there. You know that she's way more powerful than him, and that's okay. That's what we got to see. We got to see that she's so messed up. She finds power from strange places to do insane things. They could put a kid that's been through war
I know.
to go, what are you doing? I'm so embarrassed. It leads to amazing stuff with you and Zig and Frankie. Once again, it's like, so it wasn't just you alone this time. You weren't alone though.
I wasn't. No,
now
I'm so if I could have anyone by my side, I'm so happy it was Sarah.
Isn't it crazy that the entire school thinks we had a threesome?
Yeah, as if we'd actually do that just because we like hanging out.
Such a ripoff, though. We get a bad rep around school and none of the actual fun.
Because it's a crazy idea.
I don't know, is it?
The way that I felt about it was that it made sense that Frankie and Esme would be friends because Esme likes to find power, and Frankie was a broken puppy, so she found power in Frankie. But also they could relate because they're both wealthy, and they have situations that go on in their lives that other people don't understand.
I think it was all their individual circumstance and the way they needed to deal with it.
It was
Is
fun.
that how it's how they kind of amalgamated all of their feelings going on in their own lives. It kind of, that's what it came to. And they were all doing it for personal reasons. It had nothing to do with the other people. It was just the situation they were in at that
It
time.
just made them feel cool
yeah.
and good. I
Yeah,
guess. Like,
Esme just wanted, to make Zig jealous and to have power.
it's like that power over Frankie. yeah,
Frankie
for sure.
just liked the attention and feeling wanted
I
because
think
after
wanted
the
is
whole Jonah thing, she didn't know who she was anymore. And Zig was just like, two girls, okay.
Yeah.
Totally.
Like that's all.
But at the drum circle, though, it's actually one of the nicest moments for Esme, though. She actually seems kind of sweet and genuine when they're hanging out and taking selfies and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like,
I really
that's a
like
moment of
that.
I think
truth.
a small part of Esme was just
I think
wanted a girlfriend.
She did.
It was also nice at the very end, though, like, you're freaking out. You're killing that bike. There's a moment where we see Frankie, and Frankie is genuinely crying. It's actually like one of those moments where it's like, it's so emotional. Sarah's crying probably, and it's like.
Oh, we were.
Oh yeah.
Because we were watching that scene, like we were in the scene watching from the steps.
I'll take it from here. I think she's starting to realize that the control she always thought she had was never really there.
The reason she freaks out is because it's her last chances at trying to hold on to or in control, because she's pushed them away so far along the way. It's really interesting to watch. Like, you do it with a way that with the writers, that I buy it. The helmet they gave her, there was a real helmet.
It was so funny.
There was a.
Everyone thought I was actually gonna throw it at someone. Like, I'm not that crazy.
No, they just didn't want you to break it. Remember?
They were worried about you would scratch it.
Every time you would like move with it, they'd be like, no.
I know.
So they had the paper mache helmet, and when she throws, it's like, holy.
It would
Hulk.
fly.
She's super strong. But the thing I was scaredest about was going, hey guys, hey fans, so Zig and Maya again?
Yeah.
And unless we feel they've earned a real true love and friendship and protection, it's not going to work. And you're the catalyst. So, and you have to be the one that goes, you can't pull them apart. Yeah. And even if they're just friends, but in the end moment, there is a moment where she looks at him with.
It was a really sweet moment, and I think that's why it hurts so much more for Esme. Not for me, I'm not. But because she knew that it was earned, and it was
as much as she tried, she was never gonna.
I love where we leave Zig
it was
and
awesome.
Maya.
It was really nice.
They leave on a road trip, and we don't know if they're together or they love each other in a whatever.
It's very real.
It's very real. It's just like, let's go, let's get out of here. That's all it is. And you feel very safe for a lot of those people. Yeah. Oh my God, I think Anna did such great work. And it's so hard because Anna's so filled with emotion to not show every emotion. Watching her deal with her mom in that final episode is her going, it's important for me to be graduating and strong. It'd be really nice if she was here, but I'm not affected by it until she tells that speech.
I know. Oh.
And
that final speech when, because she did it once and then she did it one more time, and it just felt so real in the moment because of the words she was saying.
What, at the Hollingsworth house?
Oh yeah, sorry, at the Hollingsworth house.
That was real. That was us watching a girl
say goodbye to
saying goodbye to her
part
friends.
of her life.
Yeah, and a part of her life, and it was like, we're here for each other, we're gonna see each other all the time. But that was very real.
The only people that we should ever be competing against is ourselves. Okay, thanks, bye. Hope we all keep in touch. You all have bright futures that I want to hear about.
It's a very interesting thing because we graduated class. It's a rite of passage at Degrassi that after like 4 or 5 years, 6 years, depending on how we break it up, sometimes
say
3.
Bye. Yeah.
You're gonna say goodbye. You're gonna graduate. Is it emotional for you to watch the generation go?
Yeah. I mean, for us, that's what we came into. Like, we didn't know the past generation. So for us, these were the people we looked up to show us the ropes kind of on the show. Yeah. We spend, 4 months of the year with these people day in and day out. And these are the people they see our most vulnerable sides because we're playing these characters with such deep emotions, and you see us at 5:30 in the morning when we're tired and grumpy, and then at night when we're also tired and grumpy, and then everything in between when we're just laughing and enjoying life together. And at the end, when it's time to say goodbye, it's a real thing because in a sense this is like high school for us.
Well, listen, I went through the same thing when I was 18 years old on Degrassi High. There's an uncertainty about what's next.
Yeah.
You've had a very safe. Yeah. This is a safe landing pad. And
this is family. This is comfort.
And because you care, that last day becomes an awful mess where I had to leave.
When you see the boys break down and cry, it's like it just feels that much more real because you sense that real sense of emotion. And like I said before, like it was something I was going through in real life too with my friends who were graduating that year and going off to university in real time. Yeah. And for me, it was like, it's such an overwhelming sense of emotion.
No, it was overwhelming, especially for like me being in my first year on the show and just kind of like, I didn't really see how much this show meant to everybody until that last day. You could see like just how much.
Dude, I'm sure you're going, whoa, what am I involved with?
Right.
Yeah,
I completely understand it. It's like people like poured their hearts out into these characters, right? Like this.
It's a very dramatic
school.
Exactly.
Degrassi like has this artistic expression that's shown through all the characters on the show, and then once you have to graduate, you give up that character.
Yeah. The first 2 seasons, we had to go, can we do this as a new show, next class? Can we go kind of a little bit different? Like, it's going to be a little bit scarier in the sense that it's not all just like, not that we were like this before. We're a heavy show, but we're taking a little bit of the edge off the funny and going, we can go a little further with an abortion.
Yeah.
Is there another transgender story that we want to tell? Yeah, there is. Every time we tell one mental illness story, there are fans out there that go,
There's another
but
one.
why aren't you telling mine? I think we really did a good job at trying to do broader ideas and say that you're in here too. You're part of this. I don't know what else to say, guys, except that I'm really proud of you as always. Bye everybody. Keep button.